to put in the chat where you're watching from, that'd be awesome. I'm going to change my view. Oh, it's maxed 24. Okay. All right. Georgia, Florida, Pennsylvania, Zealand, the Netherlands. Welcome, everyone. All right. We're going to give it
saw that Dacula, Georgia, and I was like, Dracula? You know, when you just glance at something, you're like, what a cool name. But
I've never heard of Dacula, Georgia.
I never have either.
We'll give it 60 more seconds, and we'll go ahead and get started, everyone. If you want to text message any of your community that's part of the beta testing, that would be great. Atlanta, New Jersey, California, welcome.
And what time is it in Finland right now? We've got Finland in the house, so like, wonder what time it is there. The Netherlands.
Okay. All right. Oh, it is recording. All right. I'm sorry. I didn't know we started the recording already. Okay. Well, listen, I will go ahead. Kim, are you ready for me to go ahead and open it up?
You take it away.
All right. Well, listen, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Today we're going to, it's basically us just having a conversation over a cup of coffee, or right now a bottle of water. And the reason that we wanted to have this, AMA, Ask Me Anything, and we would like to keep the questions based on the referral program. And before I introduce Kim and kind of tell you her background, let me just say thank you for your patience. As you know, all of you are amazing. You're on here, you want to ask questions. You're being very patient. Sometimes people, they're not so patient. I'm like, hey, well, then you probably don't want to be a part of the beta testing, because that's what this is about. Like, it's not the end product. Like, we're going through the very basic things. And some of the questions, like, for example, you're like, hey, if I bought a Node, shouldn't I get the service for free? I'm like, well, if you buy Apple stock, they didn't give me my computers for free, right? They didn't give me my Apple TV subscription for free. It's two totally separate entities. And guess what? This is our company, our platform. It's not one person. Like, we want it to be a very successful, profitable, business. We can't give away free subscriptions. We should have a trial program. We're going to have a free trial program in the future. We don't want to do that right now. We could accidentally go viral overnight and put on 1 million people, and we're not ready for that. It would be a very bad experience to scale that fast. And so there has been a lot of thought, effort, even some consulting, with one of the guys that was one of the top executives with Zoom. And, we met him. He's retired. He said, look, I'm happy to give you some counseling or consulting and some advice. And, so right now what we're doing is we're having controlled growth. At first, you had to have an NFT. Then we went to the subscription. You had to have an NFT and you had to pay a year up front. Then we had it to where you could do the subscription, but you had to do a bank wire, right? That's not very easy to do for a $10 a month service. Now what we're doing, this is a temporary solution while they're building the code, right? So the way it works right now, there's some little glitchy things we have to work through. There's some things that are not going to be as smooth as they're going to be, but that's the beautiful part of being a pioneer of this space. Like, I'll give you an example. My grandparents, when they were living, they sold Aflac insurance, and they worked extremely hard and they made a great living. The guy that brought Aflac to Virginia, this guy made a fortune. I believe from everything I heard, he was nowhere near as good as my grandparents, but he got positioned as a pioneer when the customer service was terrible, when claim forms were terrible, when everything was not good, but he was able to go through understanding the bigger the challenge, the bigger the paycheck. We get paid based on the size of the problem that we can solve. And any of us right now, if we're like, hey, listen, would I rather be a part of Zoom right now? Or would I rather go back to where there was a bunch of issues and we had to fight through a lot of problems, a lot of challenges? No one would. I know all of us would rather go back. Same thing with Microsoft, Apple, any of those big companies. So thank you for your patience. No, this is not how it's going to work in the long term. This is a short term solution. Kim and Rhonda and their team, Kim has built seven-figure online businesses. She was in Forbes as one of the top social media experts. She's one of the top AI experts right now. And her team have done some amazing things. So, not their first rodeo, but does it mean things are perfect? No, that's nothing works like that. So, with that said, Kim, I'm going to let you go ahead and take over. I'm going to let you go ahead and take questions. But if we can keep all the questions toward the referral program and the R-Link subscription. Okay, that way we can make sure we stay on point, get this recording to everyone, and we'll continue to work through from there. Okay, Kim, over to you.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for setting the stage for what we're trying to do right now. And I know we've gotten a lot of questions about the R-Link referral tracking, and I wanted to clarify a few things because I think there's been some confusion, and that is all on us. You know, a lot of times when you have something you've experienced before, like, you know, quote unquote, an affiliate program, you kind of expect the same experience when you go through that, you know, through like our eyes, you know, through that lens. So I want to explain why we established this program and what you can expect going forward. So first, it's super important to understand that this isn't a traditional affiliate program. Okay, basically, we're using an affiliate ecosystem to track the referrals. It's an interim solution. I'll say it like that. It's designed to track referrals so that once the blockchain code has been completed, then all referrals can be retroactively credited back to the referrer. We didn't want to wait for that to happen because that's probably going to be a couple of months down the road. And we wanted to have a bridge to reward your efforts while we finalize the infrastructure on the blockchain side of things. So here's a few things that I think you need to know. The referral program that we have in place is going to track your referrals now. You're going to earn your rewards through the blockchain later. So there's no traditional affiliate revenue that's going to be generated through our referral program that you're tracking link. In other words, this system is just going to ensure that your referrals are logged or tracked back to you so that you can be credited once the blockchain infrastructure is in place. Hopefully that is clicking in your head and making sense now. This is also a way for you to maximize your rewards. So participation today positions you to fully benefit from future rewards when the blockchain-based compensation plan goes into effect or is, you know, quote unquote live. So again, there's no immediate payout. So you're not like a traditional affiliate program. You know, you would expect some commissions in a 30-day window. That's not happening here. Basically, our system is just, it's set to zero commissions because you're going to get your commissions through the Connect ecosystem. Okay. Your referral activity is tracked using a system that is currently set to 365-day cookie life. Now, and it's got up to 7 layers of tracking. So that means, like, you know, 365-day, let me explain the 365-day cookie life. Basically, that means it's got a stickiness to it. For anybody who's familiar with traditional affiliate programs, there's like, if you send your link to someone, that link has a life for 365 days. Now, there's certain things we cannot control. We cannot control if somebody uses another computer and goes directly to R-Link and signs up. We're not going to, there's nothing we can do about that. If somebody does sign up directly outside of your referral link, not a whole lot we can do for that either. But if you know someone has signed up and you reach out to us through the support system, then we can potentially accredit that person to you. All right. Then we can see a lot on the backside. So we can know, like, if they clicked on your referral link and they just went outside of that ecosystem, there's some things that we are going to do to kind of make sure that everybody's, you know, keeping everybody honest there. The 7 layers of tracking is if, you know, you sign up someone, your person signs up someone, that person signs up someone, etc. Okay. So hopefully that's helpful. You don't necessarily have to have an R-Link account for someone to refer someone to R-Link. So let's say you don't own an NFT and you don't currently have your own R-Link account. that is okay. But I would encourage you to have one, because when you have an R-Link account, it allows you to capture on platform actions that are going to be a part of the proof of action blockchain project. That's what we're in this for, is, doing the things that we do on the daily and getting rewarded for it. You can also earn rewards, not just for referrals, but also for your engagement within the platform. So I do encourage you to, we want to be eating our own dog food. So, if you don't have an account, I would encourage you to get one. If you already have an NFT, you already have an opportunity to have an account, whether you set it up or not. If you don't know how to do that, please reach out to us on support. So, let's see. I'm going to go over a couple of our most asked questions, and then we'll dig into more of an open forum where everybody can have an opportunity to ask their questions. We also have Rhonda in the chat, so she's going to be answering questions as we go too, just to make sure that nobody gets left behind today. We want you guys to have a positive experience. We want you to know that we see you and we value your questions and your feedback. It's been super important to us to have that. So we want to make sure that no question goes unanswered. Okay. So now I am going to be using some of the R-Link features to talk about some of the things so that I can show you the functionality of the platform. If you don't have a referral link for R-Link, you can go to the sign up page and we'll drop the link in. But this is what the sign up page looks like. So for those of you who have already signed up, you're good to go. You don't have to sign up again. But if you're on this call and you don't have an R-Link referral link, you can go grab one using that sign up page. And once you've got your referral link, if you want to go in and see like, hey, I sent my referral link over to Tom, Sue, Betty, and, whomever, right? I want to see if they signed up. You can actually log into your referral tracking portal. It's going to look like this. The best way for you to log in securely here is just to log in with the secure code. That way you don't have to track a specific, username and password. If you want to set up a username and password, you can do that, obviously. But the best way is just to click on a login with secure code. You'll get a secure code in your email, and you'll be able to log in and see if, Betty, Sue, and Tom signed up. If someone tells you they signed up and you don't see them in your referral tracking portal, then give us an email at support@r-link.com, and we'll see if we can track them back to you. Okay. We do have a support group currently for this beta rollout. So if you are not a part of that group yet, it's in WhatsApp. All you have to do, there's a link up here, give us feedback. If you click on that, you can go to the WhatsApp group. If it's on your computer, or if you're on your phone, it'll just open up in your app. Okay. Or it'll open up the WhatsApp app. Man, say that 3 times fast. So that will get you into the feedback group. Please, please, please keep in mind that group is not a support group. It is just for feedback, problems that you've encountered in the referral program. If you have a question about normal questions like, I can't get XYZ to work, then please still use the support mechanism that we have in place, which is support@r-link.com. That way our support team will be better equipped to help you with basic things. We're trying to monitor that WhatsApp community just for feedback on this particular rollout, this beta rollout that we're doing for the R-Link subscription model versus the NFT subscriptions. Okay. So yeah.
Somebody had the question: if someone, how will we mirror this genealogy with the Connect genealogy? I know we may have mentioned that before, but somebody just had another question. So can you mind hitting that one more time just to so they understand it, please?
Yes. Yeah. And I was going to actually, that's on my short list of questions that I was going to roll over to.
I'm sorry about that.
No, no, no. This is all good. This is actually super important information. So when someone signs up for a referral account, we're really, really encouraging you, please, please, please use the same email to sign up for your referral that you used in your Connect account. So your Connect email, and if you used a different email, please circle back and change it in the referral portal, so that when we start the migration from this referral program back over to Connect, there is a path for Connect to map your referrals to people that are already in the Connect ecosystem, so that you get, from a genealogy perspective, all of your people, you get credit for all of your people. Now, there may be a time or two when we're going to have to manually take a peek. Okay, well, this person used a different email, so we're going to have to, like, well, what's their Connect email? That's why we're really, really trying to get everybody to use their matchy. So we have a match on the emails on the front side of this. But basically, what's going to happen is we're going to take the database that we're creating with this referral program, and we'll map that back over to Connect side when they get all of the coding done over there. I'm just being totally transparent. There may be a few hiccups in this ecosystem because we've never done this before. This was a temporary bridge, a temporary solution, so that we can start to roll out the R-Link platform to the masses, without everything totally being like 100% over on the Connect side. So we didn't want to wait, but we also wanted to have a mechanism that you guys got credit for the people that you're signing up and referring into the R-Link platform. So hopefully that answered that question.
Yeah, and Kim, just so everyone knows, we all come from this world, right? We want to make sure you get credit for absolutely everything that you do. We want to make sure you get rewarded. If there's some reason we find out, hey, listen, this person, like, they used a totally different email, like, there's no way any of us can prevent that. We will do everything in our power to fix it, as long as you notify us. And that's why support at r-link.com is really important. And also know this: if the beautiful thing about owning a node, the beautiful thing about being a community member, the beautiful thing about buying tokens, is that the more customers we get, no matter who signs them up, it helps every single one of us. So I love the fact that, like, we're one big team, one big community, one big family, and we have your back. There's never a time where we're going to do something to try to harm you or anyone else. It's always going to be, we got your back, we're on your side, we want you to win, we want you to get rewarded, and we want to encourage you to keep doing the right things.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the begging the next question is, how are referrals tracked? I want to dig into that, because since we're talking about this whole, how's it going to be mapped back over to Connect? That's a critical thing. But referrals are, again, tracked using that 365-day cookie and a system that supports up to 7 tiers of tracking, like I brushed over that a minute ago. But the referral system is going to ensure that your referrals are logged, and retroactive credits will be applied once the blockchain based compensation plan is live. So that kind of helps answer and ties into the core question that just got asked. Commissions paid. Let's talk about that. Right now, there's no traditional affiliate commissions. I mentioned that on the front side of the call. But that does not mean that you're not going to get you're not going to get rewarded for that. There, like I said, there's no immediate payouts, but the current system that we have in place here, it's temporary, just to track your referrals. Rewards are going to be distributed retroactively once the blockchain code is completed and the compensation plan is in place. Okay. So just because you're sharing and getting out there to your friends and family or your network of people that you may know, it doesn't mean that you won't get rewarded for it. It just may take a couple of months for that ecosystem to be finalized. Okay. How does the compensation plan work? The plan is expected to be modeled similarly to the WIN proof of action blockchain. So that's one of the things I said before about, like, should you have an R-Link account? Yeah, probably, because the proposed structure is going to be presented to the community for a vote. So once everything is ready, until then, the affiliate system is just a way for us to ensure that everything is tracked, so that when everything does get in place, then the compensation plan will go into effect for everyone. We've gotten some questions on upgrading your NFT. Unfortunately, like, say, for example, you bought an NFT that was a basic NFT through the Connect ecosystem, and you would like to get an ultimate NFT. Unfortunately, NFTs are immutable, meaning they cannot be upgraded once they've been minted. Now, we have a small window of time where, potentially, if our subscription NFTs have not currently been minted, which is why you don't see them in your wallets. But that's coming to a close. So if anybody has an NFT that they do not, that is a basic and they'd like the ultimate, please reach out to us immediately at support@rlink.com, and then we may be able to adjust something. We'd have to charge you for the higher tier NFT, obviously, but we may be able to affect that for you up until the time that the NFTs are minted. Once they are minted, we cannot do anything for you. Okay. So hopefully that's been helpful and answered that question. We've gotten a lot of people asking about discounts or promo codes. Darin talked about this briefly, and he used such a great example. I was like, we're so like using that example. Like, if we buy stock in a company, Microsoft, Apple, fill in the blank, they have products and services that they sell to us. They don't give them to us. And we're exactly the same. There's no discount or promo codes at this particular point in time. As we continue to evolve and market the platform differently, there may be a trial account. But keep in mind that for every service that we sell, that's revenue it goes back through the blockchain. For those of us who own nodes, that is how we generate revenue as well. So not only, we all own this ecosystem. So it is to our benefit to sell the product and the services that we have in the R-Link community. Just saying. So I get that a lot of us would like to have, to entice people with a free trial or a free account, but we're not a traditional Zoom in that model. We are a blockchain project, and revenue drives the outcome for all of us as node owners. So there's things coming. We got big plans, but I just wanted to kind of clarify that and set that expectation for everybody. Another question that we've gotten a lot of questions about is, do the users of R-Link earn rewards? Not currently. At a minimum, users are going to need an R-Link wallet. So anybody that you sign up that's not already in the Connect ecosystem or the R-Link ecosystem, they're going to need an R-Link wallet. So that's going to be something that we're going to be nurturing people to be aware of, so that they know that they need to get a wallet, because they need the wallet to earn blockchain rewards. The foundational code for referral and proof of action rewards is still being developed. And so no rewards are currently being issued, but that will change once everything has been coded, and our regular users, maybe they're not a node owner, maybe they're not an NFT owner, but they are just using the platform. They will get rewarded for that activity as long as they have a wallet. All right. Referrals, the whole referral sign up thing, when someone uses your link to sign up, their activity is going to appear in your referral dashboard. So you'll be able to see that. Keep in mind that if they don't complete the sign up or purchase immediately, that cookie is going to remember their activity for 365 days. So let's say somebody, you send your referral link out and they start to sign up and the doorbell rings, the dog barks, the kid cries, whatever, right? That distracts them from signing up. If they go back to that, it's going to save their information for 365 days. So it makes it easy for people to, be able to see or to complete their sign up process. We've also got a lot of people ask, well, if we can't have a coupon code or whatever, can we use a QR code? Absolutely. QR codes are external codes or tools. We all are familiar with, I think, with what a QR code is. There are QR code generators, and I'm going to show you an example in a second, and then I'm going to give you a resource for generating your own QR codes. If you are wanting to share your link on an R-Link and make it a seamless process. So here's an example. So this is a widget that I set up here in the R-Link platform. This is one of the reasons that R-Link is so much more powerful than any other competitor that we potentially have out there. We have the ability to drive traffic directly from R-Link to wherever. This is, you can put your QR code up on the screen, let people move it around. You can position it in different settings. I'm going to change so I might have it at the top. Let's just save this real quick. And now it's at the top of my screen. That's not as visible, in my opinion. So that's why I had it down on the sidebar. But the point is that you can put your call to action anywhere you want on the screen. You can have a QR code if you want. A great QR code generator for those of you who are, well, how do I generate my own QR code? This website is not coming up real quick, but I'm just going to tell you. If you go to the Google machine and you type in Canva, Canva, those of you who are familiar with Canva will totally know all about this already. But if you've never done something like this, Canva has a QR code. So go to the Google machine, type in Canva QR code generator, and it'll come up and it'll let you create your own QR code. Very, very simple to do. So if you want to promote R-Link on your R-Links or on your rallies, then you can set up a QR code and just have it pop up on your screen and have them go directly there. That makes it super easy to drive traffic from your rally. Okay. We've also got the question, and I think we've addressed it a couple of times, free account or trial. Currently, there's no free trial or free account, but as the first blockchain SaaS company in history, at least to our knowledge, our priority is focusing on generating revenue to improve the platform, build out the blockchain infrastructure, and enhance features for all of our users. So instead of that free trial, we're going to encourage you to use the show and tell method to demonstrate the platform, just like I did with the QR code, and then invite people to experience the platform. And I think that will drive a lot of visibility. We do have unique things, which is going to create the great user experience that is going to get people to say yes to spending $10 a month on our platform. We've also got people asking about, well, I'm a node owner, so I should get it for free. That goes back to the stock analogy that we used before. It doesn't work like that. So we are currently paying or charging for everybody. I'm paying for my account. Darin's paying for his account, etc. So yeah, so there's no free accounts either. All right, so that's
Hey, Kim. I had a couple things. Number one, I put at the bottom, or I put on the screen. It's at my bottom, the r-link.com/community. So we encourage every single one of you. That's the most important links that we have, and we'll keep updating this page. And so make sure you copy paste that, go to our website, login information, the R-Link platform, Discord, Twitter, and make sure when you follow all our social media, accounts, that you also set up notifications on everything. The more people we have on social media, the more people we have interacting, the better it's going to be for the entire project. The other thing that Mike said, Mike, yes, you can activate your $1,000 ultimate R-Link NFT right now. And so that includes your double action points, plus it includes the year subscription, I believe, to the ultimate, right? Which yes, it does. And then you can also activate your boost 100%. And
well,
any questions, comments on that?
Let me explain that just with a little bit more clarity.
Please.
You are correct, but those NFT subscriptions, when you say activate those, the boosts are already in your wallet. So if you bought a boost and you have not activated them, then please log into your app.r-link.com account, activate your boost, because you're missing out on those double rewards if you haven't done that. The subscriptions NFTs are still being minted. So that does not mean that you can't get your R-Link service that is attached to that NFT. So if you do not have your R-Link, if you've got an NFT subscription and you have not set up your R-Link account, please do that. Reach out to us at support@. We'll be happy to help you get that set up. But you won't see them activated in your R-Link wallet until those NFTs are minted, if that makes sense.
Yes, great clarification. All right, perfect. So that's all. Was it?
Hey, Kim, can I jump in real quick? One of the things that I wanted to remind people of is that if you have, if you've purchased NFTs or you've purchased notes, etc., you have to have an R-Link wallet set up. And if you, and we've got a number of people who have purchased things and there's no way to deliver their rewards because they don't have that wallet set up. And you also need to have your R-Link linked inside of Connect. So that's in the settings area. They've shared that a lot on the Connect calls. But those two things are super important. So if you haven't seen those rewards in your wallet, it's probably because you haven't linked your account. And if you haven't set up a wallet at app.rlink.com, then we can't deliver rewards. So those are critical things that you need to have in place.
Yes. And that is so important, even for people, as you guys are bringing in people and selling them nodes. That's like a huge part of the education process, is just making sure that they get their I think now, if I'm not mistaken, though, that happens automatically during the sign up process, as they do get their wallet. Is that right, Darin? When somebody signs up for a Connect account, all of the everybody's wallet is set up automatically. Is that
so
correct?
I guess it would depend on, like, when I signed up, I still have a wallet for every single brand. Then after I joined, they came where you link all of your wallets together, and there's one login, one passcode for all brands. And so I'm not sure when they signed up, but trying to think of what's the best way to check that, Kim. Would it be to send an email to?
Well, the one way is, there's a couple of ways. You could log into your Connect account and see what wallets are connected. The only reason that is important is you can see your whole ecosystem inside of your Connect login. So they're just aggregating content. They're aggregating your wallet information from the individual wallets so that you can see it in one location. But if you haven't logged into the app.r-link.com, then I would encourage you to do that, because you can see everything that you can see your NFTs, you can see your nodes there, you can see all your daily distributions as well. If you have Boost, you'll be able to see the Boost distributions in there and how they break out. So I would definitely make sure that you do that. You take a minute to do that. And any questions that we didn't get answered, and we can also open up the mics if anybody has. I know it looks like Rhonda's been answering questions as we go, but if we didn't get something, we didn't catch something.
Well, while we're going to do that too, Mick just put in there Connect account settings, linked accounts. Thank you, Mick, for putting it in there.
Sorry to interrupt, Darin. If you could, I think it would be super helpful if you would show people how to add a button to the nav bar and how to add call to actions using widgets. Because I think that being able to show and tell R-Link is how you share this with others without feeling overly salesy and slimy, because you're showcasing the unique features of R-Link, and you can add your referral link to the nav bar at the top. You can add it using a QR code like Kim mentioned. You can add, call to actions at the bottom on the side. And those links, they can't see those links. All they see is the text that you're using in those call to actions. So, I know that people have complained about the links being super long and clunky. There's lots of ways around that, but using the built-in features inside of R-Link is how you're going to solve that problem, and being able to showcase amazing, really selling marketing features that it already has is completely unique to R-Link. None of these other platforms have these.
Yeah, and that's such a great point. I really wanted to, one of the reasons I was so excited about this platform when I first saw it was from a marketer's viewpoint anyway. I'm a marketer, so I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is so great because we'll be able to like use CTAs and people will be able to click on the screen. And there is, not many other tools, if any, that has that functionality. But let's do that real quick because Rhonda is exactly right. We do currently have a whole bunch of videos that we are working on. We're rolling them out. They're being added almost daily to the support videos. Rhonda, drop in that link if you don't mind, because I know, there we go. So it's r-link.com/how-to videos. So you can always find videos there, but for the purposes of just doing a quick little demo, let me share my screen with you guys. And we're going to we're going to show you what this looks like. Okay. So let me see, window. We're going to do this one. All right. Okay. So hopefully everybody sees, you see all your beautiful faces in the main screen here, but up in the right-hand corner, there is a little icon there that says widgets under it. I'm going to click on that. And we have a variety of things already put in here. But in fact, you'll see the AMA here where I've got a bunch of things that I've put in for today's call. These are like just the FAQs and things that we got so that I would have talking points that I could talk about on today's call. But if you are just getting started and you open up your R-Link and you're going to have nothing here. So you're like, oh, a whole fresh landscape for you to operate within. But the very first thing you have to do is you have to add a folder if you don't have anything. So we're just going to add a folder and we're going to call it demo. Okay. Just for purposes of getting started. It could be whatever you want to call it. You could have, if you're doing presentations or, whatever, name it whatever you want. But once you've got your demo in there, you click to open it. And then there's nothing in there, right? There's no widgets per se, and you're going to have to add those. So if you click add widget, you can add a button bar to the top. So, or anywhere we're do the button bar is, it's a navigational bar. It could be a social media. It could be simply, grab your R-Link now.
Hey, Kim, Rhonda, I think you may be unmuted. There's a little background noise. Let's just check and see if that's what it is. Okay, Kim, go ahead. I think that's maybe what it was.
Okay. So grab, you're going to name it whatever you want. So grab your R-Link account. You're going to show where you want it. So you might want it at the top. You might want it at the bottom. You can change the background on it. So meaning you can change the color. Like if I wanted this to be, red or pink or, whatever color I wanted, blue, you can change the color just simply by, sliding around until it looks good. Or if you have custom branding, you can put your hex code in here and you are good to go. You can once you put text in this box, or even if you click on it, it will turn the button on, meaning it's activated. And this would be where you would put the text that goes on the button itself. So I'm just going to grab your R-Link account. I can change the color of that just like I did the other. Like maybe I want it to be a dark gray. I'm going to leave the text white. I want to put whatever my link is here. I'm just going to put up, for lack of a better one, I'll just put my own website in here, just quick and easy. You can put multiple buttons up here. I can put as many as 5 buttons. So if I wanted to drive traffic to all of my social media accounts, for example, I could make a button for each of my social media accounts. Or if you wanted to highlight some of the projects that are your favorite in the Connect ecosystem, you could create buttons for all those projects to their website directly, and you could talk about each of those projects directly from the buttons. Let people navigate to those. So what is that going to look like on the screen? Once I have it, I've created it, I'm going to open it up, and now you can see that it is visible up at the top here. And if someone clicks on it, it's going to go to currently to my website, because that's the way I set it up. But the point is that now you have a CTA at the top of your presentation. It could also be shown up at the bottom, depending on your settings. So if I wanted to edit that, I could go into settings. Like if I don't like the color, I could change the color. If I wanted to be on the bottom, I could do that. I just save it, and now it shows up on the bottom. So that's how you would do a CTA button at the top of using the widget. I'm going to run over one more. Add widget, and there's a CTA here. It's called a call to action button. We'll do the same thing. Grab your R-Link account. There's multiple display options here. So you could do a top bar, just like we did the button bar. We could do a bottom bar. We could do a left side bar, right side bar, or you could have it pop up right in the middle. So these are all just personal preference. You can have a background color, exactly the same concept. You can have a headline, you can have a sub headline, and you can even have your own image here. This is how I created this for the QR code. So I'm going to put that QR code back in here. And now you can see a preview of whatever your image is here. Now I'm just going to put the one in here, just so, again, just for demo purposes, have our website in here for where we're directing the traffic. You could have a different, let's see, in fact, we want to grab your R-Link account so that there's a CTA on the button. And now let's see what this looks like. Now you can see. Now, I would probably customize this a little bit more. Currently, this is in the middle, but let's say we wanted this to be, on the right sidebar. We just change it, and now it shows up on the right sidebar. You can change the colors, just like I shared with you on the other one, simply by going back into settings. If I wanted this text to be black instead of blue, all I have to do is change that. And save. And now you can see that the text is black. If I wanted to change the button color, I can do that too, very simply by just going back into the settings. And I'm going to change the button color to, let's just say we want that button color to be some orange, some red color here. If I can get a good red color, there we go. A little pinky color. And now I've got a red as my button color. So super easy to use the widgets for driving traffic to your referral links.
That's awesome. And Kim, quick question for you, because I know we're going to do we have the how-to videos that we're adding to every single week. And then we also had Miranda was going to do a demo. Is that done yet?
We are actually in the middle of doing the demo. It's in progress. I would say it'll be done in like 2 days, realistically.
Okay. Nice. So we're gonna get you more how-to videos. We're gonna get you a demo. Yes, you can click around. You're not gonna mess up anything. You can play with it, and that's the beautiful thing about the platform. The more you use it, the more you understand it, the more you love it, and you realize this is a platform that can help you convert sales. And let me just change my. I like gallery. I don't like seeing my face that's that big. And yeah, so before we take a couple more questions, one person, Kim, before I give some action points, said, I didn't see a coupon for 2 months free when I signed up on the R-Link site. Where do I find the coupon code? How does that work?
It's actually not a coupon code. It's built into the pricing model. So if you pay, based on the yearly versus monthly, if you choose the monthly, it's just adjusted across the board. And you get the two, it just takes that off of the total price.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, listen. Yeah. And so let me just mention something real quick while your questions are coming in to see if we have any more questions. Let me just share with you that the next few months, and again, I feel like we need to have disclaimers on everything just to protect all of us legally. Like there are no income claims, there's no guarantees. Just because some project did well in the past doesn't mean another project do well in the future, all that stuff. But let me just say this. I was looking the other day and I feel like I don't want to miss the opportunity to talk to you as a community. None of you are not in the community, so I'm not enticing people to join. And I can have a conversation with you that I really can't have if we have guests on this rally. And so I was looking at a screenshot that one of the community members showed me that was involved in one of the other projects. And he showed me the trading volume in December of that year was like $1,900. All right. Well, the trading volume for R-Link the last 24 hours, like $20,000. No big deal. Doesn't really mean anything. That's not a lot of liquidity. It's worth like 0.003 or 0.004. But what was fascinating was if you look 9 months ahead, so like let's fast forward to September, that project was doing $500 million in trading volume. And their token price went from 0.00 whatever it was to like 11 cents. And then it went on to do $1 billion, $3 billion a day in volume. And they will tell you that project was there was a lot of big failures. They'll tell you that. They're like, look, but we learned so much. And they put $500 million into these different projects. Now we've had billions. I forgot how many, was it 500 billion transactions, Kim? They're now saying have been on these blockchain projects. So the technology's better.
Yeah.
The nodes are better. The developers are better. They made massive mistakes and helped launch a project that went to $1 billion, $3 billion a day. But yet they go, what you guys have done in R-Link the first few months is more than they did in revenue their first 4 years. And when I was talking to one of the legal team this morning, and they're like, Darin, what really made that project take off is when they had a massive amount of customers playing games. And so here's where us as a community, and again, I want you to take ownership. This is your project. This is our project. This is exciting. Like when I see Bill Gates getting another, jet or a yacht or, Zuckerberg or whatever, like that doesn't really excite me because that has nothing to do with our family and our livelihood. But when you go, hey, look, this is our project. So what we want to do is we want to get as many customers as we can on right now. And again, we keep letting the next little gate open to going, okay, it's the next level of people that can come on board and help us grow. And then next thing you know, we may have like a free trial program and all these other things. All of a sudden we take on some of these interviews that people are approaching us. We've got these big influencers that have hundreds of thousands of people on YouTube that want to start promoting R-Link. Like we've held all of that stuff back because we need you to help us get more and more people on to test and work through all of these things before we really unlock the floodgates and go to the next level. So how many people can you share the actual service with? That is huge. Can you make sure you go to r-link.com/community and plug into everything? There's a WhatsApp group on that where it's just a broadcast where I'm going to be communicating with you and some of the other top leaders a lot. Okay, that is really going to be the pulse of communication. Yes, emails and all that stuff, but that's something where I could jump on there and do a 5 or 10 minute like training, or we can post very important time sensitive information. So make sure that your alerts are on in the WhatsApp group on that community. And then the WhatsApp group that they're sharing with you here, okay, they're going to share with you the beta group. That's the one. It's not for us just to complain and talk about what we, it's to give the feedback they're asking for. Okay. So Kim, am I missing anything in that? And then we'll let you answer questions and we'll close it out whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I just want to kind of tap into something Darin just said. When we look back on this and even just a few months, I mean, when I look back on how far we've come to where we are today, it's like, it's incredible how fast we've moved in such a short window of time. And I think this is only going to speed up. So there is a few things that we're still working on from a feature perspective. Anytime you have a tool like this that is we all understand. Like we all have been on Zooms, we all have been on Google Meets, or fill in the blank on what video conferencing tool we've used. So we don't have to convince someone that this is a viable thing to do, right? It's like we all use toothpaste. So we all get the concept of video conferencing. So that makes it super easy. But when you're trying to share something and move people from one thing to another, meaning you're moving them from Zoom to this, we do have unique selling propositions. We have all the widget functionality that I think is incredibly huge. But there's still a couple of things that we're working on that will probably be in our ecosystem by the end of this month. And that has been one of the holdups. Like one of the questions that Leonard was asking was, other brands using other brands within the Connect ecosystem using R-Link, are they using it? Most all of them have their own account. But there is one missing component still in our platform, and that is the webinar registration feature and the the calendar integration that is coming soon. Like seriously, we're finalizing that. I would say, hopefully, within a 30-day window. And once that is in place, we're like all out. Like so you guys are seeing where we are today, knowing that like we're still ahead of so many of our competitors in so many ways. But we're literally getting just a few final pieces in place. And then the product development for this platform is immense. We have so many things in the works. You're going to see more and more products, more and more features being added to this platform. So I want you to remember that like we're where we are today, but we are going places, and you're in for a ride. And just we hesitate to make any financial claims, but I just can't wait to see where we are in even 6 months. It's going to be awesome.
I agree. Well, listen, everyone, make sure you are plugged into the WhatsApp chats. There's two of them. One's a broadcast where all announcements. The other one's the beta group, which we will delete eventually, but it's right now just giving your feedback, any challenges that you're having. Make sure to always send things to support. Like if you reach out to me individually or Kim, we're going to tell you, please send it to support, because we're the team that's handling it, but we can't track it. So we have to have it tracked. So it's just a wasted step to reach out to us directly. But plug into the WhatsApp chats, plug into all the links on the r-link.com/community, and then stay in touch. We're going to do a lot of communicating with you over the next 30, 60, 90 days. And we were, Kim and I were on the phone with the R-Link team earlier today, and we were talking like, man, we're all so used to being hyped in business. So, to date, right? We're all used to that, where I don't even like to say certain things, but I also said, I really don't understand how to, like me, and this is hard. Normally I'm pretty good at communicating urgency and timing and all of that. But I'm like, none of us have ever experienced where we are right now. Like you're in the middle of a Bitcoin halving where they're saying 2025 is the bull run. You've got Bitcoin and Ethereum and the ETFs. You've got here in the US, like a huge percentage of now the White House and everyone in there is like pro blockchain, pro crypto. You've got the whole world switching over, going, you know what? Like crypto is here to stay. Blockchain is here to stay. It's the next evolution. Like if you just look at all of these things coming together, none of us have ever experienced it before. Even when I talked to a community member of ours that made several $1 billion in the last project, he's never experienced that. So it's a really fascinating place to be, where normally in a traditional business, we like, hey, the next 3 months, we're going to start working through this. Then we'll go to here. Urgency today, one day of work could take somebody 10 years, a year from now. Like we don't even know how to like put that in. I don't know how to put it into words. I used to tell people, hey, every hour that you work now could take you 1,000 hours, 5, 10 years from now in this company, because the timing. But I don't know how to even get that across to people, that every day makes a massive difference. I believe that I'll just speak for myself. With the timing of where we are, I believe in December, we'll look back, and no matter how hard we work, we're probably going to go, if I would have known that this many things were going to happen in the blockchain space, if I would have known that R-Link was going to do what it did, I would have worked so much harder. And I believe that I'll look back and go, man, it's too late though. I can never get back. So I either want to go, thank God I went all in. I gave it all I had. That's all I can do. But I don't want to look back with regret and going, man, if I would have known what I know now, I would have worked so much harder, because I've done that multiple times before. And I love bringing up what Tony Swantek's mentor taught him. He goes, listen, you have to be in the right place, the right time. You have to recognize you're in the right place, the right time. So I'm pretty sure all of us, we know we're in the right place, the right time. We recognize it. You wouldn't be on here in the middle of the day if you didn't recognize it or watching this replay, right? But number 3 is the most important part. We have to take massive action, and it's messy action. It's not perfect action. It's progress, not perfection. And so I appreciate all of you more than you know. I appreciate Rhonda and Kim for so much hard work, their team behind the scenes, countless hours of work when everybody else is sleeping. They're driving several hours tomorrow through the not so good weather, right, to be here in my office, to spend an entire day game planning and putting together a strategy to go out and just explode R-Link over the next few months. And all of you are a part of that. So Kim, am I missing anything before we close out?
No, I think you're good. I think Darin's exactly right on the timing perspective. We, like he said before, like we are, there's never been a business like ours. So even though it looks and talks like the same duck, it is different because of the application of the blockchain. And that is blockchain and AI. This stuff is moving so super fast. I've been in this space for 30 plus years, dating myself a lot, but I've never seen a technology move this quick, y'all. So just jump on this train. We're at the front of it. Let's do all we can to be a part of the evolution of where we're going. And, we're going great places. Let's just do it.
And and that says a lot, everybody. So I'll close it out where, if you build a 7-figure online business one time and you pride yourself in, hey, look, I know how to recognize the next big thing, that's pretty good. But you go, are they really that good, or did they get lucky? For Kim and Rhonda and their team to build 7-figure online businesses, to be able to identify that next big thing, for Tony Swantek to have 3 companies in the last 3 years that have done over $1 billion, and all the amazing people a part of this community, it's called a clue. So individually, they're powerful people, powerful business owners, powerful visionaries. But when you add all of them together, all of you together, like 1 and 1 is not 2, 1 and 1 is 11, 1 and 1 is multiplied times 1,000. That's the synergy that we have. And when I was talking to Tony and Jim Bunch, Jim Bunch built a company that they got thousands of reps. They did $1 billion in revenue the last few years. And he's like, I've never seen the caliber of people come together all at one place. It's like a sucking sound. It's a magnet of attracting great people. And the more success we have, the more success I believe we're all going to have, because the word is getting out what we're doing. And I mean, again, if you just look at like Dogecoin, you can't use it for anything. But yet they hit 47 cents a token just the other day when my son was with me and he sold some of it at 47 cents. I'm like, you can't use it for anything. So I use that going, man, imagine now we have a service we're all on, we're all experiencing, we all love, like we're all ramping up. We have real world revenue. We have people, Herb and Patty, that were on a call with us right before this. They built a 3 million person organization themselves, right? Not to count everybody else. So it is exciting. But with that said, everybody have an amazing rest of your day. We'll keep communicating with you through the WhatsApp chats. We'll keep continuing to do these calls to interact with you. And together, we're going to build an amazing company. We're going to make an impact all over the world. And I thank each and every one of you. So Kim, thanks so much. Rhonda,
Thanks.
Appreciate you. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. I think we did it.
All right. I think that's good.
Yeah.